Please rise for the singing of the national anthem performed by the City High Vocal Ensemble.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Good evening. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement exercises for the City High Middle School senior class of 2014. We'd like to welcome all the parents, family members, and friends to this special occasion. We are also honored that several Board of Education and Cabinet members have chosen to attend our graduation celebration tonight. I'd like to introduce the following Board and Cabinet members on stage. Mrs. Teresa Weatherall Neal, Superintendent. Dr. Wendy Faub, Board President. Ms. Maureen Slade, Board Vice President. Dr. Tony Baker, Board Member. Mr. David LeGrand, Board Member. John Matias, Board Member. Reverend Nathaniel Moody, Board Member. Mr. John O'Connor, Board Treasurer. Dr. Monica Randalls, Board Member. And Executive Director of High Schools, Ronald Gorman. Also, thank you to all Cabinet members seating in our audience today. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Teresa Weatherall Neal, Superintendent of Schools.
Good evening. I'd like to begin by thanking the Grand Rapids Board of Education for their endless support to ensure that all of our students receive a world-class education. I also want to thank the administration, your teachers, the support staff for their dedication and passion for not only your education, but for you, young people. You have truly been impacted during your educational journey because of all of these people in the district. I feel such a sense of pride for you today to say that you are Grand Rapids Public Schools' first graduating class of 2014, and I want to congratulate you as your superintendent. As you begin the second part of your journey, you will continue to have opportunities to change this world. You are wonderful, wonderful representatives of the Grand Rapids Public Schools. As you celebrate and reflect on this milestone, I want you to take 3 expectations with you when you leave this evening. 1, wherever your success takes you, you represent yourself as a Grand Rapids Public Schools graduate. The second is dream big, but more importantly, do big. You have all the tools you need. Be understanding and continue to work hard to be the best that you can be. And the third is, I want you to reach back and take someone by the hand, pull them forward. Grand Rapids Public Schools has open doors Your knowledge and your experience to reach one, teach one, and bring someone with you is what we expect of you. Class of 2014, know that you have something special to offer this world. You are a gift. And it is with great pleasure that I congratulate you, City High graduates, on the success of earning your high school diploma. I wish you all the success that each and every one of you so richly deserve. Go forward and have a great time. Thank you.
All right, at this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ronald Gorman, Executive Director of Teaching and Learning for high school and alternative schools. Mr. Gorman.
Thank you. Parents, family members, friends, teachers, and administration, thank you for making the last 4 years for our students fantastic. You've done so much to make City High School an exemplary learning community, and this work could not have been done without you. Seniors, thank you so much for working so hard to prepare yourselves for your future. You've given back to your community. You've completed rigorous IB curricula. You've prepared for challenging IB assessments that I know many of you just completed. You worked hard to get the very best scores and the very best grades. You completed your homework assignments on time. And as a result, you've made City High School and the Grand Rapids Public Schools better. Thank you. Students, I am pleased to announce that as a result of your hard work, you have helped the Grand Rapids Public Schools earn $10 million in scholarships. $10 million. I've consulted with Mr. Pasco, and I took a look at the shirt you wore at your senior field day that had all of the colleges on the back to which you are all attending, and I think that $10 million will go a long way to pay for your education, and you have earned it. So pat yourselves on the back for how hard you've worked at City. At this time, I would like to introduce the leader, the principal of City High School. City's leader is Mr. Pasco. Mr. Pasco has a bachelor's degree in kinesiology from California State Fresno, a master's of education in educational administration from Michigan State University, an ed specialist from Grand Valley State University, and he is very close to completing his PhD at Western Michigan University. Mr. Pasco taught at Ottawa Hills High School, as well as in the Detroit Public Schools, and he has been the principal at City High School for 3 years. At this time, I would like to introduce my colleague, friend, and your leader, Mr. Michael Pasco.
Thank you, Mr. Gorman. In just a few minutes, the class of 2014 will receive diplomas to mark their graduation from high school. The diplomas these graduates receive represent years of hard work, commitment, dedication, achievement, and it will mark a turning point in your lives. Currently, there are just over 2,200 schools offering the diploma program across 140 countries. Globally, only 115,000 IB students take the diploma program exams every year. To put it in perspective, there's close to 15 million non-diploma program students in the US alone. The class of 2014 is special not because you earned $2,936,706 in scholarships, completed 583 college applications, and scored a 24 composite on the ACT. You're special because you're 89 of that 115,000 IB students in the world that have taken on the full DP and persevered to the very end. You represent an extremely small percentage of students who have shown the courage, the resiliency, and willingness to face and overcome the most rigorous high school challenge one could face. In Peter Wege's 1998 book entitled Economicology, he stated, "Do all the good you can, in all the ways you can, to all the people you can, just as long as you can." I firmly believe that the skills that you have obtained through the work of our teachers, with the IB program and the learner profile, focusing on the 6 E's of economicology, and the support from your parents, you will touch the lives of many people for many generations to come. Class of 2014, I appreciate your leadership, your ability to adapt, your willingness to try something new. I'm confident in the future when I look amongst your class, as I know you will not only accomplish great things, but will lead our society in the right way. Seniors, we wish you everything that you so richly deserve in the years ahead. It's been an honor and a privilege watching you progress and succeed. Congratulations, class of 2014. I'm pleased to introduce the first of our 2-class valedictorians, Chun Zhao Ye, also known as Chi or Chucky. Born in Malaysia, she first came to the US when she was 4. Through a twist of events, here she stayed. For grades 1st through 5th, she attended North Park Montessori. In 6th grade, she attended Zoo School, and she's been at City since 7th grade and will be a first-generation college student. Chi is the daughter of Mei Chow and Craig Noblin. Her extracurricular activities include running track and field, flute in the city marching band, wind ensemble, and jazz band, and a voracious love of reading, art, video games, and music. The past 4 summers, she has volunteered at the Grand Rapids Main Library. She has also worked with the Heritage Hill Neighborhood Association and the Grand Rapids Lions Club. Her awards and recognitions include Achievement Awards in the English Learners Program for maintaining a 4.0 for the past 4 years, and an honorable mention in the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards of 2014. Chucky plans to attend the University of Michigan College of Engineering in the fall. So at this time, I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Chan to give her valedictorian's address. Chucky?
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, family, friends and acquaintances, principals, teachers, staff, and especially class of 2014. Have you ever heard of the word sonder? Maybe not. From the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, sonder is the realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own. A story that continues invisibly around you like an anthill, sprawling deep underground, with elaborate passageways to thousands of other lives that you'll never know existed, in which you might only appear once, as an extra sipping coffee in the background, or as a blur of traffic passing by on the highway, as a lighted window at dusk. I bring up the concept of sonder because that is what I am reminded of as I overlook everyone here. Beyond a sea of familiar and unfamiliar faces, I see unique individuals, albeit the same decaying organic matter as everyone else. Principals, teachers, staff, thank you for your continuous support, even in times of frustration when you would probably like nothing more than to swear at us for being unmotivated procrastinators. Please don't ever lose your wit, humor, or sarcasm. Dr. G, do you remember that one afternoon at the end of my junior year when you took a group of us out to lunch at Ming Ten? I stumbled upon a note of motivation you had written back then while studying my 66 pages of notes for HL Bio. I paused for a brief moment of reflection, and I thank you for it. To my family, Cindy and Emily, thank you for believing in me, even when I wouldn't. To my classmates, my friends, each one of us is the star of our own show, with our own unique perspectives on life. Coincidentally, I would never have grown up in the United States had it not been for an unexpected twist when I was 4 years old. Whatever the odds were, I consider myself fortunate. At some point, our choices in life led us to a meeting of ways. It is a path that will diverge and maybe meet again down the road. It is an incredible trail of events, and perhaps in another universe, I would never have met you. But I did, and I am incredibly grateful for that. You probably will never know, never truly understand what you mean to me, however minor or major our acquaintance might be. So you probably don't believe me, but that's okay, though I really wish that I could convince you. Somehow, that your presence is irreplaceable. Every life that you touch, as delicately and as soft as a feather, leaves an indelible mark of your passing. Everyone here, and many others, have helped to create a community of indescribable value. We support each other's endeavors, and we collectively contribute to a brighter future. HL Math, Postal Service, I'm looking at you guys. As probably the two most influential communities in my high school career. Let neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night keep you from achieving your dreams. Time passes in such strange ways, and it's hard to believe that this chapter of life is ending, but there are still blank pages to fill, and things to do, see, and experience. You might be the same decaying organic matter as everyone else, but why should that stop you? Curiosity killed the cat, and knowledge brought it back. Thanks for the adventure. Now go have a new one.
Thank you, Chucky. Our next speaker for the evening is co-class valedictorian, Mr. Lawrence Lance Dreisbach. Lance is the son of Mark and Allison Dreisbach. He has traveled across both oceans to China with the Confucius Institute and to Germany to visit relatives. He's earned superior rankings at state solo and ensemble for trombone, also receiving the Patrick Gilmore Award for outstanding contribution to the band. He has received the City High Award for Theatrical Excellence, playing the lead male role in the musicals Once on This Island and How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, through City and the Vocal Music Workshop theater programs. He has traveled to the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation to do volunteer work for the Native American residents over the last 2 years and plans to go again this coming summer. Lance Dreisbach has achieved Eagle Scout, the highest rank in the Boy Scouts of America. Lance will attend University of Michigan with Chucky, College of Engineering, in the fall. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Lawrence Dreisbach to give his valedictorian's address.
As I get my speech out, I'd like to take a candid moment to thank our sign language interpreter. I'd like to thank parents for your support, teachers for your guidance, peers for your encouragement and friendship, and our administration for your leadership. Thank you. As I stand before you today, I represent only one voice among many. For, as a class, I know that each one of you is a valedictorian in your own right, a valedictorian of cross-country, of clarinet, of sewing, of art, of writing, a role model in your own home. There is not much difference between you and I, other than this speech. Now, when I was a young English student and a nervous public speaker, I would not, by my own free will, write and present such a speech before my peers. I felt that it was for my own benefit that at the last semester of school, I would promptly sabotage a single grade and drop out of the running. To ninth grade me, this made sense. Well, this plan never worked out. You see, City does something to a student. It takes an unmotivated individual and by hook or by crook, instills an enthused mindset. City teaches you that only dead fish swim with the stream, but will never allow you to be one. This line by Thomas Muggeridge was actually a quote of the day in Mr. Mirandet's physical science class. Looking back now, middle school seems so long ago. The days when we were still learning each other's names seem like a lifetime ago. We all took our first day experiencing City, adrift in a new school, but it is the time since then which unites the class of 2014. As a grade, we have grown up together, taking on new experiences and striving to surpass ever-accelerating boundaries, evolving and adapting to new teachers, a new campus, a new principal. It is near impossible at this time to recognize the impact our journey together at City will undoubtedly have on the paths we choose in our lifetimes. Each of us in our own right is unique, yet you would be hard-pressed to find a more amalgamated group of individuals. And what an awesome group we are. We've stood together through the tempest of Van Inc. history and IB examinations, helping each other along the way. We've done countless hours of volunteer service in an effort to better the community and the environment. There's a spirit about our class which is often unequaled in merit of kinship. Now, we have reached the fruition of our high school educations. I cannot promise an easy life ahead, but I can say that because of what we have learned here, with motivation, we will all lead fulfilling lives. I encourage each of you to continue to swim against the confusing stream which is your own life and to continue to forge your own path. However, as we take our individual paths, don't forget the time we have spent together. Learn from the successes and failures which we have shared. As you continue to make new friends, find new jobs, and move away, remember that it is at a tree's roots which it is strongest. Perhaps you will keep in touch with your friends and that you have made. I hope we all do. But such a task is difficult to achieve. Therefore, I ask simply that it is with pride and fondness that you reflect on your roots, the good memories you have had here at City. And remember the ties of brotherhood and sisterhood which have brought us so close. Thank you for the many great years that we have spent together. It is with honor that I call myself a part of City High's graduating class of 2014.
To the class of 2014, Cedric Ingram will now present a special musical selection. The water is wide.
The water is wide, I cannot cross o'er, and neither have I the wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row, my true love and I. A ship there is, and she sails the seas. She's laden deep as deep can be, but not so deep as the love I'm in, and I know know not if I sink or swim. I lean my back against a young oak, thinking he were a trusty tree. But first he bent and then he broke. Thus did my love prove false to me. Oh, love is handsome and love is fine, bright as a jewel when first it's new. But love grows old and waxes cold and fades away like the morning dew, and fades away like the morning dew.
Thank you, Cedric. Our next speaker is no stranger to the City family. He was assistant principal at City High Middle School for 4 years. He is currently the diploma coordinator and associate head at Dwight School in New York, New York. Please join me in welcoming back keynote speaker, Dr. Matt Gonzalez.
Just wanted to check. Good evening, City High School, class 2014. You look phenomenal. It is really wonderful to be here. Before I start with the script, I would like to thank the Board of Education members. Thank you very much. Superintendent Neal, Mr. Gore, Mr. Pasco, for allowing me to be here tonight, and for class 2014 for making it happen. Thank you. I'm also very excited to be part of the strong tradition of graduation speakers at City High, and I am very humbled to be with you this evening. I appreciate your collective efforts that enable me to be present here. Thank you. I'm also very proud of you and all that you have done. Well done. You have finished high school, you've completed the requirements for the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, and you are just awesome people. So good. I'd like you to take a moment with me and just think back and reflect. A lot of you entered City High at different times, different points in your educational career, and that's okay. And whenever you came into City, depended on the degree of change you experienced as you moved through high school. But even with that high degree of change, you have survived. From what I understand, you not only have survived, you have thrived, and you've created a caring and open-minded community. Again, well done. This is an outstanding achievement, class 2014, because community is not easy to create, and creating a caring and nurturing community is even harder. But creating a community, a caring community of learners, in my opinion, is what high-quality education is all about. And at the conclusion of any high-quality education program, students should be able to think critically. This involves thinking in a discipline, thinking like a historian, a chemist, a musician. But high-quality education is also about creating lifelong learning by inviting you, the learner, to question a particular point of view, to question the facts, to question the data, to question each other, Apologies, parents, to question your parents and authority, and ultimately to question yourself. City High Middle School has a strong tradition of high-quality teaching and learning and has a rich history of questioning and critical thinking. From City's humble beginnings as an alternative education program to today, it's one of the most outstanding schools in the state and the nation. City has always been about questioning and teaching students, you, how to think, and empowering you to go out and make positive changes in your community. This type of environment, this community of learners, does not happen by accident. It is purposeful and intentional. I'd like to pause for a brief second right now and have you thank and acknowledge the individuals responsible for this learning environment, your teachers, your administration, and the staff. Please congratulate them and thank them. So you think about your time at City, 1 year, 2 years, 7 years, long time, 6 years, sorry. Please remember that you will always take a piece of City with you. Your identity of self is bound in the experiences you have had through your time at this fantastic institution. And as you move forward in life, whatever that next chapter may be, please remember that the culture of City transcends the building. It transcends the space. Class of 2014, your community and your ability to rise above adversity is strong, and this will serve you well in life. Please remember when you receive this diploma, no small feat, that your experiences transcend this piece of paper. Your community transcends this piece of paper. And hopefully, now that you're at the end of your high school journey, you value your community and your ability to think critically. These values are what IB and City hopes to instill in you, the ability, when confronted with a problem, to solve the problem, to question, but also to seek solutions. And this is a fantastic value because, surprise, surprise, there are many problems in the world that need solving. So I'd like you to fast forward to now. And I don't know your knowledge of this. This was new information to me. When it happened, I remembered it, but I was just reminded recently, on April 15th of this year, 2014, more than 300 teenage girls, schoolgirls, were abducted from a government school in northeastern Nigeria. They were high school students. And at least 53 of these girls were known to escape. The reason for this kidnapping is that these girls were receiving an education. That's it, an education. Something that we take for granted is not the case around the world. To make things worse, according to UNESCO, the gap between boys and girls' educational opportunities is pretty wide. Right now, there are 31 million girls of primary school age, right? So K through 6, it's K through 5, and 34 million girls in 9th and 10th grade who are not enrolled in school in 2011. This has an incredibly negative impact on their lives, right? Because there are just things you can't do unless you have a good education. Now, when you zoom in and you look at those facts a little more closely, it's unfortunately even more startling because more than 1/2 of female adolescents not enrolled in school are currently in places as Burkina Faso, Burundi, the Central African Republic, Guinea, Mali, Niger, Pakistan, Senegal, and Yemen. So these are very concentrated places around the world. Now, as you look closer to home in the United States, the economic superpower of the world, we find that in 2013, in this country, there were 1.3 million out-of-school children in the United States. Getting closer to today, in 2012, there are 1.8 million out-of-school children in the United States. Education, global education, and that responsibility is one of the many problems that we are going to face together. So there's the reason. There's a problem to solve, one of many. Now let's think about the future, your future, which right now, as we heard, is a blank slate. And that is a wonderful thing, because you now have the time to define your future and define yourself. And I would like to leave you with a challenge. I would like to challenge you to solve problems, to use your critical thinking skills to find elegant and strategic solutions to problems. You are the best and brightest in Grand Rapids. You have the utmost potential to make a positive impact in this world. You are also intelligent and wonderful people. There's a strong need for intelligent people who are able to think on their feet. Whether your life journey takes you to China, to Chile, Chicago, or Comstock Park, you have the ability to create positive change. Thank you, Comstock Park. You have the tools. You have the tools to change the world. You really do. You really do. And by putting your intelligence to good use. This is the foundation of City and of International Baccalaureate. Remember, please, that positive change can occur anywhere and in varying degrees. This could be in a college classroom where you voluntarily collaborate with an awkwardly social student. This could be by becoming a leader of a club or an organization. This could be by supporting your family, socially, emotionally, or fiscally, by running for political office, by leading a Fortune 500 company. All of these are ways you can bring positive change to this world. So I challenge you, class of 2014, take the values of community, this strong community of learners at City High School, your critical thinking skills along with your intelligence, and make this world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. Now I'd like to invite our graduates to the stage for an individual presentation of their diploma. Announcing the names of the graduates this evening are Miss Ella Morgan and Mr. Joe Weirda. We want every graduate to have his or her special moment and would appreciate it if you'd limit the applause to each row as the graduates return to their seats. Thank you.
Erin Marie Bejema. Shasta Carlene McKinley Borman. Sophia Raven Budzinski Bolkowski. Bradley John Burstra. Myra C. Centino. Chung Zhu Yu, Chi Chan. Matthew Hans Christensen. Isabel Ann Cusack. Andrew Patrick Downs. Lawrence Pierce Dreisbach. Matthew Walker Dreisbach. Oh, so fitting. That's great. Deja Dunn. Erin Renee Eastham. Ethan Gabriel Exo. Misha L. Flores. Jonathan Michael Forbes. Natalie Lynn Glatz. Michael A. Graber. Maisie Blue Grzybowski. John Charles Hadsma. Alexandria Livingston Hardy. Sydney Louise Hardy. Evan Otto Hausig. Brian Hayward. Adrian Josue Hernandez. Rachel Emily Hinkle. Devin James Husted. Cedric Malik Ingram. Christian Eric Jackson. Elijah Hank Jacoby. Daniel Brian Hilote. Isabel Rose Johnson. Marielle Elaine Johnson. Edward Jermaine Johnson, Jr. Corey Deontay James. Taylor Renee Jones. Tiha Mumito Kabir. Trevor Fitzgerald Kenyon. Joel Axel King. Liam Christopher Kirkbride. Lucas Aaron Knapp.
Andrea May Koistra. Anastasia R. Kuipers. Dylan Lettinga. Daniel Antonio Lopez. Mallory Catherine Maletic. Diana Martinez. Isabella Rosa Matias. Noah Devin McGovern. Justin Robert McKellar. Noah M. Miller DeNoble. Gabrielle Mackenzie Moura Mills. Mitchell Mockerman. Michael R. Monteroso. Kaylee Marie Moreland. Christian Munoz. Hugo Munoz Munoz. Juan Munoz. Brenda Alicia Munoz Loyola. Mandy Lee Murphy. Fanny Abigail Musanda. Madeline Rose O'Brien. Ruth Marie Ott. Shanique S. Palmer. Alexis K. Panzer. Jeremy Chandler Payne. Jason Perez. Abigail Jo Peterson. Emily Doris Post. Enrique Ramirez. Jessica Lee Schmidt. Mariah Magenta Rose Schulke. Alan Omari Scott. Megan Elaine Sloop. Alex Stewart. Triandra Samantha Thomas. Ariel Amadis Torres. Cecilia Katarina Van Zeitveld. Elvis A. Vasquez. Jenny Patricia Varikin. Alondra Abigail Vergara Diaz. Yamani Vinson. Erica Kelly Walkus. Michaela Marquis Marie Ward. Joelle Liz Marie Williams. Amy Linsan Wood. Cindy Shao. Corinne Jameson Zeef.
Before we present the class of 2014, I just want to thank a couple folks from Franklin campus for helping organize and put this on. Ms. Sandy Harvey and Enika Zwerwis, can you give them a round of applause? They put a lot of effort into it. And also from City, Ms. Carrie Reed and Ms. Ella Morgan, thank you so much. You did an awesome job. All right, here we go. Tonight I present you 89 candidates for graduation. As principal of City High School, I certify that all candidates who will be receiving diplomas have met or exceeded all of the requirements set forth by the Grand Rapids Public Schools Board of Education and the state of Michigan.
On behalf of the Board of Education, faculty, and staff of the Grand Rapids Public Schools, it is my honor to accept the graduating class of 2014 for City High School. And with the power vested in the board by the state of Michigan, hereby confer diplomas on each. Congratulations.
All right, you guys ready? Will the members of the class of 2014 rise and face the audience, please? Members of the class of 2014, please move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present the graduating class of 2014.